Hey guys, I'm Caitlin from Leave Me Alone Plants, and today I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about taking care of your Madagascar palm. Now, this guy right here I've had for a couple of months, and I can tell you I absolutely love caring for this plant. Now, despite its name, Madagascar palm, it actually isn't a palm, it is part of the succulent family. So keep that in mind. You're going to have general succulent care when taking care of these guys. Typically for succulents, it's going to want to be in full sun, and that will be the case with this guy. He likes a lot of sun, so I grow mine outside, and I'm able to give that to him, especially being here in sunny Arizona where we have non-stop hot, warm sun. But if you are growing him in a climate that doesn't always have super sunny days, or maybe you're growing him inside, either try to put him as close to a window as possible, or supplement some of that light with artificial light if you have to. Now, in terms of watering these guys, they don't like to be super wet. It's a succulent, so you're going to want to keep him in a well-draining mix that is going to be on the drier side. Water it when it does get completely dry, of course, but make sure that the bottom of your pot does have a drainage hole or some way for that water to get out of there. These guys really aren't that susceptible to too many issues, but they definitely will rot if they are sitting in water, so be sure to not let that happen. Now, when I picked this guy up from the store, I thought that this was a huge one. I've never seen one this big before in person, but as I started researching these guys more, it turns out that indoors they can grow up to 6 feet, and outdoors they can actually grow up to 20 feet, which is absolutely nuts. I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to see it. I'll try and bring it closer. But this guy is actually completely covered in these huge thorns on the outside of him. So imagining one of these that is 20 feet tall literally sounds like a medieval torture device. I don't know how I feel about that, but I do think that these guys are beautiful and, super cool plants to have indoors, or, I guess you could plant in your yard if you have the type of weather that can accommodate these guys. Now, in terms of what they can tolerate, they really can't tolerate temperatures below 50 degrees. So again, if you are growing these in a colder climate, be sure if the temperatures start to drop that you are bringing them inside, because otherwise they're not going to like it. In terms of growing these guys from scratch, since I bought mine at a store, I don't personally have experience with this, but I have seen online that it can be a pretty difficult process to get the seeds going if you're starting them from seed. However, what I actually had happen with this guy, and you might be able to see them kind of down here at the bottom, I was having these little shoots pop out of it, and I think the technical name is shoots. I like to call them babies, my little plant babies. So when those shoots come out, I actually just snip them right off. Here's a little baby that you can see right here, and you just, let them sit out for a while, let the callus form at the bottom, and then I put some rooting hormone on that, and I am just waiting for this little guy to root up, and you'll have some extra plants from there. Some things to watch out for when you are growing these plants. One is that they're going to go dormant in the winter, and when that happens, all these leaves are going to fall out. Now, when I was new to plants, I didn't really know that dormancy was a thing, and the first winter that I went through, when a bunch of my plants started losing leaves, I was freaking out. I was like, what am I doing wrong? I just killed all of my plants. But it's completely normal with these guys. Like I said, these leaves will fall off, and come spring, when things start to warm up, they will grow these leaves right back, so no worries there. Now, if it is the spring or summer growing season and you're already seeing these leaves falling off, or they're turning yellow, or the plant just doesn't seem like he's doing super well, a big thing that could be happening there is he's not getting enough nutrients. So try giving it a fertilizer. That should solve your problem, but of course I always say that if you're looking at the top of the plant and it doesn't look great and you can't figure out what is going wrong, I recommend pulling it out of the soil and checking the roots to see if there's an issue there. For me personally, when I started handling succulents or anything like this guy that's kind of prickly and pointy, tongs, like big old salad tongs, were my best friend. If you're using something smaller, like if you're working with something like this guy's size, maybe some chopsticks are great too, but anything that you can use to help you get this guy out of the soil so that you're not stabbing yourself in the hand 500 times trying to take care of these. One additional thing to note about these guys is that of course you're gonna want a pot that is a little bit on the heavier side, since these guys can grow so big so fast, and they're obviously a little top heavy compared to the roots in the soil. So I have mine in this heavy ceramic pot. Obviously the bigger it gets, the faster I'm going to need to upsize this pot so that he doesn't topple over. And additionally, it's, you know, I'm not the best at this. I don't always rotate my plants, don't tell them. But you really need to be good about rotating this guy. Otherwise, it will grow in the direction of the sun, but not only will it grow in the direction of the sun, but the plant will be completely tilted that way in relation to how the roots are. So you're gonna have a crooked palm that's potentially gonna be falling over. Nobody wants it, so just do the right thing and rotate your plants around. Those are the basics of taking care of your beautiful Madagascar palm. If you guys have any additional questions about how to care for this plant, drop it in the comments down below. Thanks so much for checking out this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.